Hello and welcome to Health and Beauty Hacks. I'm your host, Mia Signs, and in this episode, you get to meet one of my favorite humans, Patty Alfonso. Welcome, Patty.
Thank you, Mia. You're one of my favorite humans too.
I so love
Thanks for
that.
having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. I brought Patty on because I believe that the work that she do is very vital to the healing essence of us healing and growing and elevating and all those beautiful words that we all want to do. Patty is this gorgeous, well, besides being gorgeous, she's this gorgeous, sensual, orgasmic body love guru, literally. I love Patty very much. So, Patty, share with us a little bit about your journey because some of the guests on this health show may not know you yet. And boy, will they be excited.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for those kind words. Yeah, I'm known to many as the Orgasmic Body Whisperer, and I love bodies. I love the magic of bodies. I love how amazing our bodies can be at creating dis-ease and creating health. And I'm passionate about this particular topic because of my own disconnection with my body. I pretty much spent the first 30 years of my life completely disconnected from my body, stiff, numb, unhappy, miserable, depressed. I've tried to kill myself several times during, in my life up until then. And I had a lot of traumatic experiences when I was younger, from sexual abuse to emotional abuse, financial, spiritual, all the kinds. I did all that. And the moment that I started really connecting with my body in a different kind of way, not so much like what's my weight, what are my macros, what should I eat today, right? That none of that stuff actually worked for me. And so when I started connecting with my body's innate ability to be orgasmic and to have pleasure and to live in that energy, that's when my life really started to change. And so I've spent the last 10, 15 years, somewhere in between there, working with women and men, empowering them to just live with their bodies, live their life with their bodies, creating their life with their bodies in a completely different way. So like I said, I love bodies. I just think that they are these magical, amazing creatures that we get to play with in this world. And so I love what I do.
Yeah, I love what you do. And what I really love about it is self-love for the body. And we have to understand that the body is part of the body, mind, and spirit. So together, we have to pay attention to our body, or else we get disease, which is what the show is about. Absolutely, it settles in. So, um, would you like to share a little bit about what your clients come to you for, um, say in sickness, disease, or even unrest of their body?
Yeah, most of my clients are women, 90% of them, but I do have some male clients, and most of them come because they're also really disconnected from their bodies, and that disconnection from their bodies has created a disconnection in almost every area of their life. Whether it's relationships that aren't working out very well, they're not as juicy as they could be, or they're stuck in, dead end jobs, or stuck in a career that they never really wanted to be in. I've had several clients with chronic illness and chronic disease like glaucoma or Lyme's disease, cancer, who when I start working with them and we start getting to the actual energetic component of what is going on, and we start clearing that energetic energy, then that chronic disease starts to change. I work from the energy in, right? And whatever is stuck in our energy field, whatever, limiting thoughts, whatever shame, whatever limiting points of view is running through our energy field, and that eventually makes it into the body, and that is what creates disease. So I'm very not traditional, right, in the work that I do. And then, gosh, when you add in the element of seeking pleasure and joy and fun, then that's actually a generative energy for your body. So a lot of my clients have shameful sexual experiences, shameful, abusive, narcissistic, gaslighting relationships. So all of that energy is running in their energy field and in their body. And when you start clearing that, and then, like I said, adding in, so what's going to make you happy? What's going to bring you joy? What's pleasurable for you? What's pleasurable for your body? When you start creating that real different kind of connection with your body, then everything starts to change.
I love it. And just so everyone knows, I use Patty as my healer, and I have for years. And it's it's amazing when she talks about getting to the root of the cause. It's brilliant. When we got to the root of my cause, it was like lightning and thunder, and then the sun came out. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
And it's interesting also because the way that I work as well is using your body's innate brilliance, your body's innate wisdom. So I'm the orgasmic body whisperer because sometimes you as a being, you think one thing, but your body has other information, right? But you're so stuck on this one thing that you're thinking about, that you're not listening to your body. So part of my work is opening that communication between you and your body so that you can use your body's brilliance, your body's wisdom in changing whatever it is that you want to change in your life. And especially with chronic disease, for example, my client who had glaucoma, she was just focused on like, what's wrong with my eyes, right? You go to the doctor, they're literally looking for what's wrong all of the time. I went to an eye doctor. The only thing he was looking for was whether or not I had glaucoma. And I was like, wow, this is so interesting, right? So she was focused on the eye and glaucoma and how do I heal this but when we got into the like nitty gritty of what was really going on was that she wasn't actually willing to see her own beauty and her own greatness, right? She had a lot of past trauma, family, childhood trauma of this energy of like, you're weird, what's wrong with you? You're too strange, right? So she had turned a blind eye onto her own greatness. And when we started unpacking all of that, then everything started to shift and change in her life. So your body has this information for you, right? And, I'm a body whisperer, right? So I just have a natural way of listening, but I also like to teach my clients those tools because you can listen to your body in that way as well. I want you to have those tools so that you can, use your body's brilliance in your life. So that's just an example of working with the body's brilliance to really start listening to what the body is trying to communicate with you. Your body can communicate with a feather touch of information, or sometimes she has to bring out the 2x4 if you're not listening, right? So it's a shift in that, like, we're sort of taught that if there's a pain or a discomfort or whatever, that there's something wrong. And so you were looking for the wrong, but it's a shift into thinking, okay, what is this actually teaching me? What is the information that my body is trying to gift to me with this? And when you master the skill of listening to your body, it doesn't have to ever get to the 2x4. right? You start having that like fun play with your body, and you get those feather whisper touches, awarenesses, perceptions, right? The little like, hey, go here, do this, and then you don't ever have to go to the whole 2x4 side of.
Right, right. You don't have to be knocked in the head.
No, nobody wants that. Sometimes you need it. Look, stubbing your toe, getting into a car accident, that's all information, right? So what is your body communicating?
Right. Yeah, it's about not being at those points. It's a lot of it also is not being present, right? When we stub our toe or we're not really paying attention when we're driving. It's interesting. From you years ago, I remember, and so I started doing this, and it's literally what I feel brought my body wisdom, where I recognized that I had cancer, to
Mhm.
go get support. Talking to the body. Will you share with us about talking to our body? I know that you do a lot of, what do you want to eat body, but so interesting and so connective.
Yeah. So I, I'm just gonna, I hope I'm not putting you too much on the spot here, but didn't you have a whisper like a long time ago? Or
I did several times. I did. We've
yeah.
tracked it
You
back to like,
listened, but you didn't listen, and
right,
then
right.
years later, here
And
we
then, yeah. And then because I wasn't listening, my right breast would fall asleep when I would sleep on my right side. And that
are.
happened 4 times in the
Mm.
month of April. And on the fourth time, I said, okay, I'm going to go to the doctor. And when I was diagnosed with having breast cancer and to move on to the next step, as they do, like an assembly line in Western medicine, no more did my breast fall asleep
Mm.
because I was then in action.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's those kinds of things. When your body is, and I'm going to use this word on purpose, when your body is creating something for you, right? Your body was creating your breast falling asleep for you. She was talking to you,
Yes, yes.
right? So I like to just always ask, hey, body, what are you showing me?
Mhm.
Literally, hi, body, what do you know about this? Body, what are you communicating? Can you show me? Right? So we're not really taught how to talk to our bodies
Right.
in this way, but it is literally like if you were having a conversation with your girlfriend
Mhm.
or your husband or whatever, right? If your significant other friend walks in and they're all like moody and whatever, wouldn't you ask them like, "Hey, what's up? You seem
Mhm.
a little, what's going on?" Wouldn't you engage and listen and wait for them to communicate with you? Oh, I had a bad day, this, right? So it's that same principle, but with your body. Now, um, you have to get to know the language of your body. Because that's not to say for everyone watching that when your breast falls asleep, that means that you have cancer. Okay. That's how Mia's body communicated to Mia what was going on or
Right.
tried to get her attention.
Yeah.
That's what her body was doing, trying to get her attention. So don't go thinking that because your breast fell asleep when you were sleeping that now you have cancer. That is not the way it
I
works.
don't even know if a boob falls asleep. That's what was so weird, you
Well,
know?
that's how she knew she could get your attention. I have
Exactly.
I have a spot in my back and I call it like my body's doorbell. Like this is also sometimes what chronic pain is. It's a doorbell. Like when you hear the doorbell, what do?
You go in and you answer it. Yeah.
Pretty universal. You
Yeah.
go and you answer the door. Someone's knocking. Who's there, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes
What
your
do you
body
want?
what do you want? Sometimes your body will do that for you. I have a spot behind my right shoulder blade that when my body is really trying to get my attention, it'll go like, quick, 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 like it'll start pulsing. And I'm like, oh, because she knows that if she does that, I'll snap out of whatever crazy, out of my body thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'll get more present. So, it's really about engaging with your body in this life, engaging with your body from that space of, this is my partner in this life. Can't leave home without it.
That's right.
And, but that's a different webinar, or a different, that's a whole other thing. But this life in this moment is with this magnificent creature, right? So it's about engaging in your life with this body. This is the body that you chose, and this is the body that you are creating this life with. So really asking questions.
Yeah, this is how we also get peaceful, calm. This is the aspect of the self-love for the body, that when we're connected, that's where we listen. Oh, I'm not calm right now. What can I do to be different? Or what can I do to bring stillness? And so we begin to learn how to move our body till it begins to do it on its own, and we recognize it.
Well, let me shift that a little bit, because it's not it some of it is what can I do, but slight shift. Body, what can I do for you?
Mm-hmm.
What do you, body, what do you need to have calm, for us to relax? What do you need? Because that is also different for everyone. And I like to use like movement as an example. You know, for some people that is yoga. For some people that's going for a walk. For some people's bodies, let me be really specific, right? For some people's bodies, you know, that is cycling. For some people's bodies, that is, for me, it's pole dancing, right? For some people's bodies, it's kickboxing, or you won't
Regular dancing.
huh?
Regular dancing.
Right? So it's body, what do you need?
Yeah.
Right? Really, really, how would you speak to a baby? How would you speak to like a puppy? That's my favorite analogy for our bodies, right? We think that our bodies are these like, you know, temples that we, you know, came here and we live in, right? But a temple is a solid structure. It's a building that you have to like maintain and take care of, and, you know, maintenance. Your body is like a puppy that just like wants to play with you, right? How would you engage with a puppy? That's a different energy than thinking that your body is just something. I had a client once tell me, they're like, wait a minute, you mean my body has consciousness? Like, I thought that my body was just like a car. I got in it in this lifetime. I get to drive it around for a little bit. Maybe I'll put some gas in it, do some maintenance, take it to the shop, and then I leave it, and then it's dead. But no. Think of your body more as a puppy that you get to play with in this world. You know, does it require food? Yeah. Does it require going outside? Yeah. What else? Like puppies are like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Should we go do this? What about this? Ooh, how much fun can we have today? Right? Imagine if you actually had like a fun, loving connection, relationship with your body, instead of just this thing that you have to deal with or take care of. Yeah. Yeah. And part of that is asking your body questions about what she needs, or he, depending on what kind of body you have.
I have a girl's body.
I have a girl body too.
Yeah, I think it's really lovely when we can get connected to ourselves that way. It really is, brings emotional connection and everything. I'm a big person on, you know, I love this. Yeah.
I mean, imagine, you know, if you had a puppy and you never spoke to it and you neglected it, mm-hmm. and you didn't play with it, how would that puppy feel? Mm-hmm. You know, or if you had a friend, right? And you never asked her what she wanted to eat, mm-hmm. or where she wanted to go, mm-hmm. or who she wanted to have sex with. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that part. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I heard you. Or like if something's going on, how does she want to handle it? Mm-hmm. Right? You have cancer, ask your body, okay, what do we need to do to change this?
Yeah.
She'll tell you. She'll tell you if it's chemo, if it's radiation, if it's...
And she has.
Yeah. If, you know, maybe it's more sex. I don't know. What's your body asking for?
It was asking for better food. It was asking for more sex. It was asking to be paid attention to and have lots and lots of fun. That's where the painting came in, and the hikes in the woods, and the and the nights on the beach looking at the full moon, you know, it's just, those are beautiful things that made me connect, besides, you know, all the other little homeopathic stuff that's so important, you know, but yes.
It's all of it. There is no one thing for the
Right.
body.
And as you said, each person, it's different. And that's what I love, is our uniqueness allows us to create what we want, which is so different from Bobby Sue or Jane or Sarah, you know, than it is from Mia or Patty.
Yeah, you know, it reminds me, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and you know, she passed away, but I remember going to the doctor with her, and the doctor was like, "Oh, well, for this kind of cancer, this is what we do."
Mhm.
And I was like, mm, but like my mom isn't, you know, for this kind of cancer, the typical
Mhm.
procedure, whatever it's called. And I was like, but my mom is not a typical person. You know, she had other things going on in her body. She had a high level of addicted personality. She had COPD, which is a breathing disease. She had like high level anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of anger. She was very, very overweight, right? So that isn't a typical body to give a typical thing to.
Right.
Every single body is different. Every single body has a different story, a different energy, different things that are going on. And you have to really find people to work with that can take all of that into account.
Mhm.
All of that.
Right.
Um, yeah,
And isn't that beautiful to take
yeah.
all of it
Oh
into
my
account?
gosh. Yeah. Yeah, we really are shifting the model of like how we treat our bodies and how we're present with our bodies when we take into account everything. You know, it reminds me kind of like, you know, how trees, when you cut the tree, it has the rings, and every ring tells a story of when that tree got hit by lightning, when there was a drought, when,
Right.
you know, the bodies are like that too. We have all kinds of stories that are living in our bodies that need to be expressed, released, opened, right? So when you do that, then like your body can fully, fully live in this world with you.
Right.
And that is different for everyone. Not any, there's no one on this planet that has the same exact story as someone else. Not, no one ever.
That's what makes us uniquely amazing. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I just think that's magical.
I do too. I think it's brilliant. And I really love, I love the body connection.
Mm.
I do. And so I'm really glad that you're sharing it. Uh, Time is moving quickly. So what else would you like to talk about before you share your free gift and before I close this out?
Hmm. Um, I just really would like to, if you could do anything after this, I would invite you to shift the way that you interact with your body, because that will change everything in your life.
Mhm.
And it's not about losing weight or counting macros or working out 3 times a week or doing what someone else tells you, right? Whether it's your doctor or nutritionist or, you know, whatever, you got to get really in tune with your body and what she would like. She'll show you. She will show you. So just taking that moment to just go inward and presence yourself with the entirety of your body and allowing her to share her brilliance and her wisdom with you, because that will definitely change a lot of things in life, and you'll get information that, you know, you probably would have never even considered. It's a practice, right? It's a new way of interacting with your body and a new way of being with your body, but I have a free gift for that.
Yes, and would you like to share it?
I would. It is the 6 keys to living an orgasmic life. And it's a free PDF that you can find at pattyalfonso.sexy/6 keys, the number 6. I'm sure that Mia will put that somewhere
In the daily email.
around here. And, I go into this PDF and I give you action tips and tools and questions and all kinds of things that you can start using right away to awaken that orgasmic energy in your life, in your body, and how to really start interacting and communicating with your body in this different kind of way. So I'm super excited about
Yeah, I'm
that.
super excited for people to get that because it's beautiful. Your work is beautiful. What else would you like to share from your heart? You shared so much, and you're always heart based. So, what would you like to share before we say goodbye?
Bodies are made for movement.
Mhm.
I'm not saying you have to go out there and like work out really hard. I am saying that find a way of moving that works for you and for your body. Right now, for me, it's very calm kind of movement. Like I go to the park and I walk the park like I have nowhere to go, nothing to do, nowhere to be, really slowly, deliciously taking everything in with all of my senses and just really grounding myself in my body and in the earth, right? Moving our body does not mean that we have to exercise 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. Some days your body may need that, but other days she may just want to just like and I think, especially with everything that we are collectively going through right now, all of the changes that are happening all over the world, which I think are always happening. I think it's really important for us to find ways to relax into our bodies, really relax into our bodies, relax into our beings, right? And just like take it down a notch. Breathe,
Yeah,
relax your muscles, relax your jaw, right? But hey, if you also need to do kickboxing, then do that. Whatever works, it's your body.
that's right. And sometimes dancing will feel amazing with your body, your hips, your movement. Sometimes a walk will be. Sometimes a swim.
Yeah.
It's whatever your body wants. Beautiful. And also think about how do I feel when you're doing it,
Mm,
and give the gratitude when you feel like, oh my gosh, I feel really pretty, or I feel sexy, or I feel strong, or I feel good. Give
yeah.
yourself that gratitude. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Patty, for joining us. It is always a pleasure to have you around, period. Yeah,
Thank you for having me. I adore you. And thank you all for watching and for listening. And how does it get any better than this?
that's right. And thank you all. We'll see you in another episode of Health and Beauty Hacks.